Welcome back. This Anuvaka is a prayer for knowledge in our successors.
Sambrahmana devakatam yadaskisam devanagam sumatya yajnyanam samvarcha sapaya sasantano bhiragan mahimana sasagam shivena tashtano atra parivakrano tanumartu tanuvo yadvilishtam yadadyatva prayati yajne asminnagne hotaramavrinema iha Ridhagaya Ridhaguta Samishta Prajanana Yajnamupayahi Vidvane Sadavo Devas Sadanamakarmaya Jagmasavane Janjushana Jakshivagum Sappavivagum Satya Vishvesme Dhattavasavo Vasuni Yanavahavusato Deva Devantan Prerayasve Agne Sadhasthe Mahamana Bharamana Havegum Shivasam Dharman Divamatishthatano Yajna Yajnam Gaccha Yajnapadam Gaccha Svayam Yonim Gaccha Svahaishate Yajno Yajnapade Sakasurokhtavakas Sudhira Svaha Deva Gādavito Gādam Vitva Gādamidamanasaspata Imando Deva Deveshu Yajnagga Svaha Vajisvaha Vatedhaha.
As the Veda talks in many places about the line of knowledge, it stresses the importance of our ancestors and successors. In that process, we have to note that we are only a passing bridge, a bridge for the knowledge to pass through us. So we have to make value addition. So the knowledge we get from our peers, seers, not peers, from seers, has to be augmented by working with our peers, and then this knowledge can be transferred to our successors. This long chain. In Bharatavarsha, this has been achieved through the dissemination of knowledge known as Veda by oral tradition. And that could be the reason that we are discussing Veda nowadays, even though all the manuscripts were set to fire by the invading armies, many armies. They were out to destroy the Indian culture. Here the paradox is that the same Western world which looked down upon the Indian culture and wanted to destroy it is now hankering after the Indian culture. Why? Why? Because it is Sanatana. There have been instances when the human race has been wiped off totally. This is also referred in the Vedas. But still, the knowledge chain continues. We are after all aware of maybe 100 years or 200 years or maximum 300 years. Beyond that, it is based on what somebody has recorded on manuscripts. But the Veda has the knowledge passed on from generations, 5,000 years back, by oral tradition. And that is why a set of people were commissioned, even from those times. Their job was only to study and propagate the Vedas. And then do manana and improve upon your awareness. So the Vedas are a total, complete code in themselves. Each one of us has to learn it and then pass it on to the next generation. Veda also gives a lot of stress on healthy body. As we all have noticed, recently only the world has taken up yoga in a big way. And it's a craze nowadays because yoga helps you lead an active life with a healthy body. And this verse tells us, keep a healthy body by shedding all bad habits. And in doing so, you are able to live a long life with all capabilities. That is what this verse and other verses tell us in the Veda. This verse also tells us about multitasking. That is, we have to be self-reliant. Don't be dependent on some others. You look at the examples. Nowadays we may say that there were no facilities in those old times. Well, if you want, you can say like that. But in essence, what it meant was you are able to do multitasking. Walk, swim, and do whatever is required. Get your own fuel. So in that way, you are not dependent. That means you are self-confident. And this Anuvaga concludes by seeking the blessings of Lord Vayu to lead an active life. The next Anuvaga is about the origin of life in the sea. Welcome back. In today's Anuvaga, we learn about the origin of life.
शरन्ते राजन् भिडजः सहस्रमुर्वेदम् भीरासुमदिष्टे अस्तु बाधस्पद्वेषो निर्वृतिम् पराजे कृतञ्चितेन प्रमुध्यस्पते अभिष्ठितो वरुणस्य पाशोऽग्नेरनीकमपाविवेश अवाहन्नवात् प्रतिरक्षन्न सूर्यम् दमे दमे समिधै यक्ष्यग्ने हृदये युग्माघृतमुच्चरण्येत् समुद्रे ते हृदयमप्सन्तः सन्तोषधीरुतापो यज्ञस्य त्वा यज्ञपते हविर्भिः सूक्तवाके नमो वाके विधेमावपृथनिचङ्कुणनिचेर्षुनिचङ्कुणावदेवे देवकृतमेनो यादवाच्यैर्मर्त्यकृतमुरोराणो देवऋषस्पाहि सुमित्राण आपवोषधयः सन्तु दुर्मित्रास्तस्मै भूयासुर्योऽस्मान् वेत्रियम् च वयम् दृष्ट्वो देवीरापयेषवो गर्भस्तम्भः सुप्रीतगुम् सुभृतमगन्म देवेषुणः सुकृतो प्रतिजितो वरुणस्य पाशः प्रत्यस्तो वरुणस्य पाशयेधोस्त्येधिषीमहि समिदसितेजो मयुधेत्यपो अन्वचारिषकुम् रसेन समधिक्ष्महि पयस्वागुम् अग्न आगमन्द्रम् मासगुम् सृजवच्चसा.
The origin of life, as per Vedic sciences, was in the oceans. That is why in many Anuvakas, the Rishis tell us the Agni was generated in the water, in the holy waters. And the Puranas based on the Vedas talk of various incarnations of Vishnu, the energy. And there also, it starts with Matsya, that is fish in the ocean. And the importance of water, good unpolluted water, is stressed in this Anuvaga. And the Rishi tells us to pray for and to keep our environs, especially the water, clean because life originated in the waters and we need good drinking potable water and unpolluted water all around so that life forms. That means all type of life forms can be supported. This prayer also contains a very important aspect which has been recently accepted by the modern scientific world. That is regarding Marut. The Marut power residing within us is what is the healing power. Our body has its own defenses. It generates its own immunity. So, this prayer says that, "Oh God, let me have the healing powers so that I can retaliate or rather get cured from all diseases." Yes, the Veda admits, Veda says, not admitting, it says that human beings, just like plants and animals, tend to get diseases because of various reasons. And there is a special Veda known as Ayurveda, which is very advanced. Our surgeons like Susruta had performed even complicated surgeries during Vedic times. The concept was heal or the cure the cause and not what manifests outside as symptoms. That is why the old Ayurvedic practitioners could diagnose diseases just by looking at you or having a feel of your pulse. And there were a lot of practices to be followed, and that would enhance your healing power. The prayer makes you confident that you would get healed of the disease. This Anuvaka is one such prayer which seeks the blessings of the Lord so that we have the healing power, the Marut, which is a godly force that resides within each one of us. In the Vedas, you will hear repeatedly Indra, Agni, Indra and Agni. The next Anuvaka is a special prayer to Indra and Agni. Welcome back. Today's prayer is for being always energetic, and for that we seek the blessings of Indra and Agni.
जातवेदो यशो अस्मातु धेहि प्रजाभिरग्ने अमृतत्वमस्याम् यस्मै त्वम् सुकृते जातवेदमुलोकमग्ने गृणवस्योनम् अश्विनकम् सपुत्रिणम् वीरवन्तम् गोमन्तकम् वयन्नशते स्वस्ति त्वे सुपुत्रशपसो धृत्रम् कामकादयः नत्वामिन्द्रातिरिच्यते मुक्षमुक्षे सोम इन्द्रम् ममादनीथे नीथे मघवानकम् सुतासः यदीकम् सबाधः पितरन्नपुत्राः समानरक्षा अवसे हवन्ते अग्नेरसेन तेजसा जातवेदो विरोचसे रक्षोहामी भचातनः अपो अन्वचारिषकुम् रसेन समसृक्ष्महि पयस्वागुम् अग्नागमन्तम् मासगुम् सृजवत्यसा वसुपतिर्हिगमस्यग्ने विभावसुः श्यामते सुमतावपि त्वामग्ने वसुपतिम् वसूनामभिप्रमन्ते अर्धरेषु राजन् त्वयावाजम् वाजयन्तो जयेमाभिश्यामवृत्सुतेर्मर्त्यानाम् त्वामग्ने वाजसातमम् विप्रावर्धन्ति सुष्ठुतम् स नो रास्व सुवीर्यम् अयम् नो अग्निर्वरिवः कृणोद्वयम् वृथः पुरयेदुप्रभिन्दन् अयगुम् शत्रून् जयतु चर्षानोऽयम् वाजम् जयतु वाजसातौ अग्निनाग्निस्तमिध्यते हविर्गृहपतिर्युवा हव्यवाद्युक्वास्यः त्वग्नित्यग्ने अग्निना विप्रो विप्रेण सदा सखा सख्या समिध्यते उदग्ने सुजयस्तव विज्योतिषा.
How do you achieve energy? The Veda in many verses tells us that Indra and Agni are the deciding factors. Agni is the life force and the energy within. When the Agni glows, you are passionate and focused, which means you are an achiever. And for that, your senses have also to be focused and strong. All your senses, sense of sight, hearing, touch. And this is a prayer which tells us that by reciting the mantras, we are able to gain the power of the senses, power to control the senses, and the glowing Agni. And when we are like that, the effect is not for us alone. It continues to the next generation. You are able to inspire the next generation and make them confident. That way, the success story continues. That is why India was a superpower in the olden times, when the Veda mantras were resoundingly loud throughout the Bharatavarsha. Every nook and corner had yagashalas and purohits chanting Veda mantras, and the next generation was also learning it. So there was prosperity all around. That is what, in essence, the prayer in this Anuvaka. We are in a time when intellectual property rights decide the future of many actions, many projects. And when it comes to currently intellectual property rights, including patents, we are selfish. We say that I have acquired this knowledge and I will not pass it on without a fee. From a commercial outlook, it may seem right, you have spent millions. Fine. But to give it to others who need it, you demand millions and otherwise keep it within you. That is the negative side of it. From the Vedic times onwards, we had stressed the importance of acquiring knowledge, and in this prayer, the Rishi tells us that knowledge is wealth. So even if you are in hard times, you are put to hard times, somebody steals your property or money, well, if you have knowledge, you can regain it. And after all, how much do you need for your sustenance? But it's another thing if you are a commercial enterprise and want to exploit others. This verse and other verses stress the importance of acquiring knowledge, saying that knowledge is the real wealth. The next Anuvaga is about overcoming challenges in life. So stay tuned and kindly subscribe to this channel. Thank you.